Cut on. Don't you dare cut on. I ain't finished putting on my wig. Don't you dare cut on when I'm not finished putting on my wig. Okay. What's up, Maze? Why is you... What's up? Not the lips. Okay. Thank you. So we're back. Oh, it's time for you to eat. Okay, so we're back. What are the messages? Uh-oh. Okay, so we have, big manifestation energy here. We have the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody manifested something. They manifested something good. Okay? I feel like they manifested a person. So this is going to be on the outside of you. Uh-oh. So we have the Death card in reverse. Ugh. Look at the polar opposites. You got somebody who is extremely happy and finding success within their magical abilities. Then you have one individual over here who just cannot let go. What are they not? Because I don't feel, it doesn't feel like, oh my God. It doesn't feel like, it just feels like resistance, you know. It feels like they're in love, but they don't want to accept that they are in love. It's kind of like their logical mind cannot explain what they're feeling, okay? So it's like scary and terrifying. And, you know, this person, they're worried about rejection. They're worried about having to tell the truth of their situation, you know, what they're going through, you know, certain things that have been going on with them. You know, it's a lot. I don't know. It's giving me like sentimental though, you know. It's kind of like this person, they have undergone something within their life to where it has changed them. It's like they're birthing a new person on the inside of them, but it's like they're not pushing that person out. It's like they're trying to hide. I feel like they in love. They in love and they can't explain or understand maybe why they have feelings for somebody in the way in which that they do. You know, this person is really holding on. Well, goddamn, what's wrong? I thought love was a beautiful thing. If you're feeling it like this, you're not the only person feeling it like this. You know what I'm saying? So if you're afraid of somebody else, how they're going to receive you, if they're going to reject you or not, well, for one, you're rejecting yourself. So that's why you feel the fear of rejection. But the truth is is that you are in love with somebody and they are in love with you too. Okay? But the thing is that, like I said, you're rejecting yourself. So, you know, you're afraid of being rejected. So if you think about it, your fear is not real. It's something that you are creating in your mind. I'm a woman. I done dealt with a lot of men who are in love with me. You see, the thing is that a lot of these men, you know, they're of high status. You know what I'm saying? So when motherfuckers look at me and you know they love me, they feel great about me. I'm everything that they've been looking for. But it's like in the physical reality, it's like I don't match their status. You know, my thing is that, well, these are spiritual connections that I'm talking about. When I was in the world and I was dealing with, you know, these high status men, well, I was a stripper during that time. So, of course, you know, it was okay, you know, so they didn't get to know me. But it was okay for them to be seen with me because of what I do and how I presented myself back during that time. You know, like, I'm not, I love myself wholeheartedly. But one thing that I know about men be trying to use women in so many different ways. And it's all self-serving to them. Which means you don't love me. You love me because I look good on your arm. You love me because there are wonderful things that you can tell other people about me, and this is and that. I'm a great person, blah, 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 blah. But that's for you. You know, I don't know how, am I explaining this shit correctly? Most of the time, this is how a man know he in love. Because whoever you're in love with, you don't give a fuck about what they look like. I do feel like you may be attracted to them though. Okay? I pick up that you're more attracted to them than what they think. Okay? I mean, we are all self-conscious about something. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but whatever. You know, like, you're attracted to this person. I don't know. Like, they could be a different ethnicity, they could be a different social status, they could come from a different background. There's so many differences, which tells me this is a soulmate. This is the effect of the soulmate, because it's kind of like, you know, you feel this inevitable pull towards your soulmate. You can't even be in the same room with them for too long without, like, just dreaming or thinking about kissing them. It's hard to be around them without breaking down those walls. There's a lot of Scorpio energy here. So, you know, rather you're Scorpio or there's Scorpio in your birth chart, you know, I feel like it's in your birth chart, you know, because it always kind of seems like, you know, when we get into the planets, anything outside of the sun is dark. So it's kind of like darker. You have Scorpio placements in planets, which makes you very intense. Okay, my son is Scorpio moon, and then his dad is Scorpio Venus. You know, my eighth house is in Scorpio. Okay, so, you know, I pick up the intensity. It drives you crazy. You're very intense. Just say how you feel, because you feel you're feeling things that you've never felt before. If this person hurts you, you're going to want to kill their ass. Just admit it. Just accept it. This person has you so outside of yourself. So what's happening is that you're breaking down. So you're going through a metamorphosis, which means that whoever you're in love with, they are awakening you to the truth of what love really is. So, you're probably breaking down into that mush. You can't focus, you can't think straight. You're constantly triggered by insecurities that you have that you don't want to share with this person because you're worried about what this person may think. You got to be a man, because men, to me, care more about what a woman thinks about them versus a woman caring really what a man thinks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this person's opinion holds some type of weight, but my thing is that just like you're going through an awakening and this person is bringing things to the surface and bringing certain things out of you, regardless of what they say, how they think, your awakening is also going to trigger an awakening within them as well. So if they have certain bias, if they have certain discriminations or harsh opinions, you're going to be the one to help them transform that too. So it's kind of like, just allow yourself. You are loved. You are loved. You are good enough. You, not what you have to offer, not what you do, not what you got going on. And I don't know, maybe, people, maybe you deal with people to where, they fuck with you because you have, I don't know. I'm picking up something here. You can give a lot to people or something. Like getting pussy is not a problem for you. I have a feeling, I do have a feeling maintaining like a relationship with you can be very challenging. But I mean, that's all old energy. That's over. All of that is over. You may have even been in a relationship to where the person probably made you feel like you weren't good enough. You probably spent that whole relationship trying to be what you felt like that person deserved. You probably felt undeserving. Stop it. You are deserving. You are enough. I'm not saying this shit to make you feel better, because if I was picking up on some other shit, I'm gonna give it to your ass. But that's not what I'm picking up on here. This is a very delicate and fragile time for you. And the universe is going to be and is willing to be patient and gentle with you and your person. If I guess, I don't know. Are you not saying nothing? Like I suffer in silence too. This is on a whole other level of suffering in silence. You just need to let go. You're going to be okay, and then when you open up, it's going to be like, man, I was panicking and I was scared and I was feeling this and that for nothing. It's giving me you're terrified. And then when it comes to this person is so loving towards you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What's up? Child, you got to be a white man. You got to be a white man, because a lot of white guys go through stuff like this. They go through shit real deep in their core. Like black men, they deal with too much. to try to hide it all in. You know what I'm saying? It's too much pressure and oppression dealing with black men. With white guys, I don't know. It seems like, they can hide things a lot better with matters of the heart. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't pick up on who this other person is. It looks so bright over here. I'm kind of blinded. It's so bright over here. The Magician and the Ace of Pentacles, somebody is doing the damn thing. So, to this other person, it's just, you're being silly. You are loved. You are enough. You are deserving. It's kind of like, I don't know. You may have gone through a major crisis within your life to where it has just been breaking you down. Going through constant like ego deaths, and the ego deaths are creating room for inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant death and rebirth with you. You're a very talented spirit. You're very talented. I can tell. Spiritually, you're very talented. I think this may be your initiation. It's kind of like you're getting your black wings. You're getting your black wings. You're getting your wings. I do. They said black wings. Okay. So, you deal what you're going through. When people experience you, they're going to start experiencing what you're going through. Like, you're going to be like a lighthouse of love out here. So when people experience your energy, immediately you're going to take them through transformations. It's going to be very challenging because a lot of people are going to be afraid of you. They're going to look at you like, oh, you're so mysterious and weird and scary, but you're nothing but pure love, but with black wings, you are a warrior. You are a spiritual warrior. So, I mean, you're a part of God's army. God don't raise no bitches. Okay, I'm just saying. So, if you deal with abandonment issues, or if you feel abandoned or like life has abandoned you, maybe there have been people in your life to where you felt like they abandoned you. Because I definitely I'm picking up on so much about you. You've gone through something major. So let me tell you, let me tell you when I went through this. So I was in a relationship, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I thought I was gonna be with this person for a long time, and I'm glad we ain't get married. But I thought we was gonna be together for a long time. When I start to go through transformation, I lost that relationship. The home that we had together, I lost my car. I had 2 jobs. I lost both my jobs. I had nothing. And the one person, because I had left my son's father to be with that man. And at the end of it all, my son's father was the last man standing. He was all I had, because at the time I didn't have any family here. Now I'm broke and I'm homeless and I have nothing. I don't even have a car to sleep in. I think I did still have my car. I think I did, but my car ended up getting repossessed. My ex told them where I lived, and then they came and got my car. So, I mean, that was a couple of months after. So, I still ain't have shit. I ain't have nothing. During this time of my life, I was balling. Bitch, I was out here doing shows. I was doing open mics. I was doing poetry slams. I was in the studio all the time. I was doing music videos. I was working 2 fucking jobs. I'm trying to tell you, I was getting it. I was paying, like anything that I was getting it. I had 2 cars. I was I was getting it. I was getting it. I was doing my thing. I was doing my paintings. I got back into doing my paintings, you know. And all that shit came crashing down. I'ma tell you. When you're not with the right person, for some people, they will bring you down. You will lose everything. And it's fucked up because when we first got together, I didn't have anything because I had left my son's father. I didn't have anything. I had a job and a car. You know what I'm saying? He had just graduated from college, so he came back home. He was living with his parents. He lied talking about he was making $16 an hour, and I saw his pay stub and he was only making $6.50 an hour. So, but at the same time, he was going to school to get his master's. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we struggle. We came from nothing, but through the power of love, we begin to manifest. Blessings begin to roll in for the both of us. Next thing you know, a year later, we're moving in together and we don't have any financial burdens or problems. What ended up happening is that he became greedy and now he want more. He didn't know how to be satisfied. We just got to a good place of stability and you want more. Some men are looking for help. Some women are looking for help too. So if you was with somebody, it's like y'all had everything. But it's like she want, or he, whatever your sexual preference is, they wanted more. And when people have a strong desire for what they want and they want more to where they can't be satisfied with just where they're at, it's like it eats at them. It begins to break them down and disturb them. So at one point in time, we were manifesting from a place of love until one person decides that they want something else, or they want more. He wants more. I'm just like, we work really hard. We both came from, hard places, hard times. Can we just enjoy this? You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, he want another fucking baby. I'm just like, absolutely not. It was crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, motherfuckers get greedy and they fuck everything up. If you want more, you have to learn how to be happy with where you're at. I don't care how many years you have to wait. Because let's say if a woman wants a baby, if she wants a family, but the man don't want a family, because she don't have a baby with this man, or maybe he don't want children, now her whole life just falls apart. Now everything inside of her just dies and goes black. And everything that y'all were building together, manifesting together, y'all were growing in the same way, but now she desires something else, something more, to the point to where she's unhappy and she can't function. So now it's like she's poisoning everything. My ex was poisoning everything. Greedy ass motherfuckers. That's why, it's you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Everybody, what can you give me? What can you offer me? Blah, 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 blah. Like, god damn. The spaghetti ready, baby. Like, damn. You are good enough. I understand people want what they want, but when you're in relationships, it's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about you. He's sitting up here, now he chasing. And so now we're not manifesting. Now he's developing resentment behind my back. Now I'm not feeling happiness or fulfilled with him. So now I'm focusing more on the things that make me happy. You don't see me putting pressure on him like, oh, I'm not happy. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. We should be doing this. No. I said, well, I'm going to get into the things that make me happy because I put those on the back burner so that I could focus on building this relationship with him. They just, motherfuckers don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. I think it has something to do with emotional maturity and the lack of emotional intelligence. Just like spoiled little brats. Just want. But don't know how to be grateful for no shit. But you want everything. You never satisfied. Why is it so empty? Why do you need so much? Whatever. That's enough of that spiel. Let's get to who this reading is for. What are the messages for who this reading is for? What are these messages? Uh-oh, we got some more cards fall out. So we have the King of Wands and the Nine of Cups. This person is okay with being single. So is it 3 men? Is it 3 men? And they're going through things relationship-wise. We got one man that manifested what he wanted. And it looked like he made a good decision because this is something that can grow. Okay? Then we have one guy to where he's in love, but he's terrified. And then we have one guy over here. He's just like, oh, fuck all of that. He's just over it. I have a feeling this third person is kind of like they want to put themselves on a pedestal. Like, I feel like they have learned a big lesson. It's kind of like, you know what? If the next woman, if she wants me, she's going to have to work. She's going to have to put in work. So this person put in all the work within their relationships and they're tired. It's to the point to where they're okay with being alone. But the King of Wands is very attractive energy. He's always going to have women or men, whatever he prefers, that is attracted to him. He's always going to have that, and it's luxurious. Like, oh, I attract so much attention, it's never dry. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you want to walk into a field of flowers, but all you walk into is a bunch of weeds. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he has his characteristics. It's kind of like what all women want. Leadership role, like he gives off that leader. He's giving off that big daddy energy. He's giving off committed, faithful, strong, integrity. King of Wands represents handsome. Okay, so he's a very handsome person. but he tired. He telling himself, he's telling himself, bitch, I can be single. He may have went through a player phase, but it's kind of like he sees more of his value now. So it's kind of, it's like he's calmed down because it's just not worth it juggling all those different women, and you're the one putting in all the work for everybody. He tired. That's what I pick up. He's tired. He's tired, and he's, like I said, he put himself on a pedestal. So when he encounters a woman, it's kind of like he has standards, honey. He has some standards. Our guy who's terribly in love, he has standards and expectations too. His shit is way up there. Okay? My thing is, I think it's okay. I think it's good for you to have standards and expectations. But at the same time, it's kind of like you're being hard. We're talking to the individual that's in love, right? You're being too hard on yourself. So therefore, that spills out onto other people, to where your judgments and your opinions are very hard on other people. This love interest, it's kind of like, bro, just let go. If they're not up to your top tier, then just let it go. But you can't let it go because you're in love. Love doesn't deal with all of that. It must be true love, because this is crazy. Because it's giving, it's giving, it's giving. It's, you are truly in love. you know I don't know. I think maybe you think you too good, or you think you better than this person. That's what I was telling you. That's what I was trying to tell you about my experience dealing with certain men. You know what I mean? They be thinking they too good. They think that they think that they better than me. But it burns them because it's just like they don't understand why they in love with me. So they be thinking I be doing love spells and shit. No, I'm a lovable person. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it because you got to handle love differently. You know, you cannot taint or corrupt love. Pure love. Okay? And that's what they be trying to do. And I'm just like, no. So they get offended. They get offended by my confidence. They get offended by my self-respect. I mean, they get offended when they can't control me, because it's kind of like, oh, she's the perfect woman, but this about her and that about her, and she got to do this and she has to do that, and all of these high quality men, they love the look. So they always want me to dress up, always want me to be looking my best. That's why when I come on the internet, I don't be doing all that. I'm not doing all that until I get into a real relationship. And that's what that's going to tell people. She off the market. she off the market. I'm not looking. But I mean, I don't know. My spirit guides and God, they want me to do things a certain way. I need to be able to see that a man loves me, because every time I deal with these men, they always want something. You know, it's men, they need a reason. And most of the time, the reason is not love. Why they choose the women that they choose. It's not because they in love with them. You know what I notice about most like high quality men? It's kind of like they want a woman that's like better than them, you know. But then they end up getting jealous. Did they end up getting jealous? I don't know. It's kooky out here. Okay. But anyway, so you have the Two of Cups in the position of your crown for who this reading is for. You also have the Three of Wands. We have three situations here on the outside. Okay. So Three of Wands is the card of the pioneer. So I have a feeling all three of these people on the outside are pioneers. Okay. We have the man. Well, that's the King of Cups in reverse. Uh-oh, we have strife. Are these people competing with you? I'm about to say. I feel like these people, they deal with some type of underdevelopment, you know. So the reversals are the past. You got the Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Two of Swords, and Nine of Wands. So the Three of Wands and the Nine of Wands are aligned with each other. So it's like you have a wand for each person. Okay, are you a female? I think you're a female. I think all of these men have something in common with you when it comes to like the aspect of business. You know, like I said, the pioneer, everybody is on a path. They're on their own path. They're in their own lane. You know what I'm saying? I I don't know. Girl, what's up? The one thing that I feel everybody has in common, I'm talking about for the guys on the outside, everybody deals with a void, okay? They deal with like abandonment issues, or they deal with like this emptiness. I think it's love. Y'all ain't going to want to admit that shit, but that's what it is. You are a hopeless romantic deep down inside, and your whole life you're going to be craving and desiring and wanting that love of a lifetime. Life has a funny way of distracting us from what we truly want, but I don't know. This person, this person that is resisting, it's just like, well, damn, you the one that got the love of the lifetime, and you sit up here, you acting crazy. You don't want it. I know you want it. I think you have been chosen, because these two, somebody has already moved on, and then there's another person to where it's just like, bruh, I just want to be single. I don't even care. you know I feel like when it comes to that person, like I said, they're a player. So they try to, put you as an option, and maybe realize at the last minute that you were something that they should have maybe took more serious, or they should have invested in. But they can cut their losses. They can cut their losses. They're just like, I don't need a woman to make me happy. I don't need a woman to make me feel fulfilled. I may have missed out on this opportunity with this great woman fucking around with these stupid bitches, but you know what? I'm okay with being single. I know how to make myself happy, and I'm going to put myself on a pedestal for, when it comes to these when it comes to these women. So, this person, this player encountering you, is kind of like you help them with more self-value. I know as a man, the expectations is the man is supposed to do everything. Well, sometimes men want to do everything. Me personally, I don't believe that. I mean, I have a son. Like, nigga, don't bring no girl up in here to where you doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Human beings, it's in human nature to take things for granted. So if you put yourself, if I'm guilty of this too, to where, you want to be the best in which that you can be. Sometimes when people have it too good, that's why you hear a lot of people say that good women and good men finish last, and they absolutely do. But but um I mean, you know, I don't know. People normalize abuse. Nobody wants a pushover. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when you make shit too easy for a person, I don't know. They take that shit for granted. They take it for granted. In the position of your crown with the Two of Cups, you are the mate to your own soul. Okay, I feel like this person dealing with this Scorpio energy, I feel like this is your person. Is that their person? That's your person. So it says that y'all are reflecting each other. Didn't I say that shit in the beginning of the video? I told him, I said, you're not the only one going through that. Somebody else is going through that. So you're going through what he's going through too. But it's just in a different way. So is there something you're not letting go of? There's something you're not letting go of either. Let's see if we can bring these motherfuckers together, because y'all tripping. Y'all is tripping. What is it? What is it? So tell us about Sister Girl. What is she not letting go of? So it says you're not in pursuit of your dreams. Has she created new dreams for herself? Right. Okay, so you have created new dreams for yourself. The one thing, how people say, "Oh, I want to make my dreams come true," and they have a big vision. But when you have such a big vision, you need other people. So it's kind of like, if there's nobody that you can trust to make your dreams come true, instead of like most people to where they die and they just hate the rest of their life because they can't fulfill their dreams, they create new dreams. They create dreams that are more realistic for them, that they can do without other people. If you want to go far, you need numbers. You need more people. So it's not given. She hasn't given up on her dream. She just has a new one. And with with the new dream that she has, she doesn't need a whole bunch of people, which is making room and space for you. And I'm talking to the man who's resisting. Maybe you don't want her to do that. Do you know? You don't know. Okay, so you don't know. So now you know. Now you know. So it's like, I don't know. Are you transitioning into new dreams yourself? We're talking to the guy, okay? So are you transitioning into new dreams? This new love is bringing out a new person within you? Maybe it's not a new person. Maybe it's the true, authentic you. And whatever you had going on before, maybe it was just something that you're good at. You know, I like doing music. Me personally, I think I'm good at it. But that is not my dream. I want to write my books. That's what I want to do. That is my dream. So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you have this big vision, this big picture, but you need other people. You need numbers. But what good is the vision, is the dream, if you cannot trust the motherfuckers around you helping you to make that shit come true? Sometimes you just have to surrender, because there's something better for you. Motherfucker, I don't want to be in that fucked up ass industry. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to me writing my books, I can work on my mental health. I can balance out my life, because I have other dreams. I want to be a good mom. And I want to be a good mom as long as I can be. I want to be a good partner. I want to be a good woman. I need time and I need space to create that for myself. If I'm constantly in high demand to where, it's all for other people, I cannot fulfill those dreams for myself. Stop being so hard on yourself. You about to start that?
Yep.
Let's do it together.
I want to do this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No interference. His teacher, he was in art class, and his art teacher, he made some jewelry, and his art teacher loves everything that he does. So she went to his teachers and suggests that they talk to me about investing in him with jewelry. Unfortunately, finances, I just can't, right now, we just couldn't do it. We I don't know. He wasn't showing much interest. I be making investments in him all the time. He's in it, but then he walks away from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's, but whatever. That woman, his teacher, she calls me up and she's just like, yeah, so, I want to gift him with a couple of crafts. And I just wanted to make sure it was okay with you. And I'm just like, absolutely. Like, thank you so much, because she had been asking him, but he's been telling her, like, shit, money has just been tight. You know what I'm saying? So she did us a solid. She did him a solid. And she gifted him with some jewelry making tools and materials. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So, I thought that we was going to sit down and do it together. But You know, he wants to explore doing his own thing. So he wants to do it by himself. So, okay, fine. I'll just find something else to do, right? So, um, so when it comes, oh, okay, so you're guarding your happiness. I think too, that's what you and this guy have in common. You're guarding your happiness. Maybe he makes you happy. You know, he makes you happy, but maybe you're not showing it or expressing it in the way in which that he wants you to, in order to feel comfortable with reciprocating or reflecting your energy. The both of y'all are the both of y'all being guarded and holding back. Okay? But I mean, I kind of feel like there's a good reason for that though. Maybe people don't need to know. People don't need to know that you're in love. People don't need to know he's in love. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like y'all may be trying to figure out what's going on with y'all before y'all start really getting into to stuff, or even each other. I don't know, you know. I have a feeling though I have a feeling he wants to know that you're just as crazy about him as he is with you. It's kind of like I'm not making the first move. I'm not showing the first hand. You know what I'm saying? He's so childish. He's being childish. It's cute though. It's cute. It's not like he's being a dick. You know, he's not trying to make you suffer or anything like that, you know. So, you know, y'all may have a connection with y'all's inner child, you know. Um, but I mean, that's all in which I really pick up here. So you have a synchronicity of 2 and 2. So twos represent choices, but they also represent like relationship. It's a master number, which means that in your physical reality, you're going to start noticing certain things. You're going to start seeing certain things. It's about building, you know. So investments, making small investments towards your dreams, you know, like completing little goals, small goals every day, taking your time with building, you know, whatever you have here, you know, with this 3 of Wands, you know, the lane of your own that you're in. So, you know, you're really taking your time with that, you know. I have a feeling people want to see what you got going on. It's like you show 3 wands, but you have 9. It's kind of like what we're seeing from this person is not adding up to the work that we know that they're doing. So what's happening? Where's the other results? Where are the other results? You're guarding it. So you're guarding your work, and this person is guarding their heart. But like I said, I think that y'all kind of have an understanding of what's going on between y'all. So what's up with these other people? Were these like options? Oh, these were your options. I don't think that you even knew. I don't think that you knew that these people wanted you. You ain't know. So they must have been in your energy. That's how they can tell. They're just like what we're seeing from them. They're doing more behind the scenes than what we see from them. So what are they not producing? What are they not showing us? What blah 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 blah. They want to see it, girl. They want to see it. You got to look around. Have they looked around? You have to look around. It's there. It's like they want you to put it in their face. But it's like what you have going on is on display. They're just not looking for it. They're not looking around. I don't know. I don't know, because it's giving me like they're being arrogant, like, oh well, if you want help or if you want assistance, if you want this, you need to show us what you got going on. No, what I have going on, I've been had going on. And just like everybody else, if you don't take the time out to be curious and look around, you're just not gonna know. You're not gonna find out. The audacity. So it looks like this magician is giving somebody else the whatever opportunity that they wanted to give you, okay? So I feel like they made the right decision. They made the right decision with doing that, you know. So they wanted to offer you something, but you're not giving what they expect you to give. You know, it's I'm going to tell you, this person is going to find shit later. And they're going to just be like, oh my God, why didn't I look here? It was right here. It's been here for years. I've just been too stubborn and too arrogant to feel like I have to look for this shit, because my expectations, I feel like this person is supposed to be running to me begging for this opportunity. No. The nerve, the audacity. So you may have dodged a bullet, but the thing is that it works out for you and this other person, because they found somebody else to give the opportunity to. And it looks like whoever they chose, it has potential to grow into something long term, okay? So, you know. And like I said, the player, he's just like, whatever, I want to be single. Okay. But I mean, oh my God, why is my nose all this fucking mucus? What is up? I've been detoxing my body and eating all this anti-inflammatory shit, and it's stuff ass nose. Excuse me, Maze. Oh, stuffy. And what's up with the chemtrails? Can you tell them to stop doing the chemtrails? It's not fucking pollen. They trying to make it seem like it's pollen. It's not pollen. It's some chemicals in those fucking chemtrails. Y'all dead ass wrong for that shit. Trying to disguise the shit as pollen. It's not pollen. People who don't even have allergies are getting sick off of the damn chemtrails that they got going on. Oh my God. Just poisoning the people. Poisoning the people. That's the same shit that they use in the Vietnam War. They put all the black soldiers in the front because, you know, the Vietnamese had a chemical that they would fly over and, you know, they would sacrifice the black soldiers. My uncle was in the Vietnam War. He told me that shit. He said he ran to the side. He said his ass ran to the side, started hiding. He said, I knew what they was doing. Y'all doing the same shit. Like, motherfuckers not gonna know. My body is so sensitive. And the thing is that this shit has been going on for a while, but it seems like this year you're getting started earlier. And then on top of that, the chemicals are way too harsh. I'm gonna tell the extraterrestrials, y'all keep fucking with me. I'm gonna tell. They probably trying to sprinkle that shit, trying to put a chemical in that shit, trying to get people to vote. That's what they trying to get people to vote against Trump. That's probably why they doing that shit. Like, damn, is it they so badly want to take out that one man. They will do anything. It's not even about us no more. It's not even about the people no more. It's all about him and them wanting to defeat him. What is he doing that is so bad? I don't understand. They done took away the pre-rolls. They gonna really try to make people suffer so they'll go against Trump. Yes. If that ain't chosen, I don't know what is. Ain't that right? Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we gotta go. Not in the mouth. We open with the kisses and we close with the kisses.